fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it.
Coach, we're just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at New Era Field in Orchard Park, New York.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase up the dreams. What I do?
All right, Coach, thank you. There's a look at New Era Field here in Orchard Park, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. This one into the hands of Burton. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Watch the screen. Check.
Blue draw Corker.
54, right there. 54 Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Watch the curl.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
54.
Half 85.
54. Watch 54.
Hey. High 7.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Hey, Charlie. He's coming. Off 52.
Going for it on 4th down. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Willis. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Here's Bell. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Darnold from the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Ready?
Now a first down carry by Bell. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 31, Darnold. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll try and run for it with Bell. Well, the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. That's to his running back, complete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Check tight. 6 down. Check 6. Check 99. Check 99. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check safety, check safety. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Alert, alert, alert.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Crowder now to return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch out, watch Hold the look, hold the look.
Ready? Bravo.
41's the mic. Check, check, check.
To throw is Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. Bell a 1st down and then some. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 6 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
Here we go, son. Let's go, defense. Outside.
Now Bell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Paul Richardson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's into the clear. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
On first down, Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Here's Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hey, come on, baby. Come on, young lady. Finds the mark.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. That's going to be caught by Richardson. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. A first down throw, Darnold. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Here goes Hunt. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Kill. Red 80. Tight go. Red 80.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Paul Richardson. As the first half is winding down, and the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to...
Through an opening, and there he goes. 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game, and I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even, They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Darnold on first down. Throw complete to Herndon. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll.
And this will be caught at the 30. A big play here for Buffalo. 48 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility?
There he goes left side. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, You got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
It's just me and you. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 33. Hey, watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his flat, watch his flat.
Darnold. Herring run out for Crowder. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jamison Crowder. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the scores. The kicks away. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Drop deep, drop deep. You go protect.
Now Eckler. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Down 80. Check, 59. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the block. Done.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Austin Eckler, 47 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does, because you have to make the proper read. It doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Chris Herndon.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, switch! Hey, Delta! Check Mike 21, check Mike 21. Stay with your man! Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21.
Back to throw, Darnold. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, Haywood!
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles. And
accelerating, and off he goes. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play here for the Bills. 59 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Check hot route.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Complete. Richardson has it. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes, but now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
The Jets on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Darnold completes it. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Bell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. On the Jets sweep, here comes Moore. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. Allen finding Knox there, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. When the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Middle. Safety's creeping. Switch zone travel.
To throw is Allen. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see him under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field, but guess what? This one's now just about over.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were booed.